Referrals in RPM are whenever we have to pay more than one agent on a account or order, contract, deal. Just whenever we have to pay more than one agent. So how we do that is we go to the top left menu, into commissions, into the very center here at the bottom. There will be this referrals. We'll give that a click. And then from here, we can add a referral or view our existing referrals. Now, as you can see here, the columns kind of list out who we're paying as the first column there, and then the type of referral, the rate, and the include. So the includes would be what the referral affects, and the excludes being the opposite, what it doesn't affect. That being said, you don't have to exclude every single thing in RPM. It's just addition to that rule, which we'll go into in a little more detail here. So we'll first start by adding a referral, and we'll pay it to our example company 123 agency here. And this sale partner is going to get 50% on everything we place inside of this referral. So the difference between an override referral and a deduction referral is by who we take the money amount from. So an override takes the amount from us, the house account, whereas a deduction takes it from the other agent. So if, for example, if I click on this list again, agency 1 could be selling account 123. If we say pay agency 123 agency 50% of everything agency 1 sells, that would subtract it from their sales commission amount if it was a deduction referral. If it was an override referral, it would take it from us, the house count, or the gross commission. In this case, we can also change the rate to net billed, gross com, however is easiest for you to digest the referral information. Maybe you want it to be, say, hey, I only want 123 agency to get 50% of whatever another agency gets. We'd set it to 50% agent com. Examples like that. So we'll do the most common one, where it's just agent commission, or gross commission 50% to the referral partner. And we'll hit OK. So now this is where we tell the referral where or which accounts it affects. So we'll hit add and include, and any include we place in here is whatever this referral is going to be looking at. So if we place an entire supplier in here, this referral will pay out that 50% on every item under that supplier. So in most cases, we don't want to go so broad with our referrals unless maybe a large partner is taking a flat amount from everything a supplier sells, for example. But in most cases, that usually doesn't happen. The most common things we see as an include would be agencies or customers or accounts, agencies being also pretty broad. Say if somebody gets 5% from everything this agency sells because they mentored this agency or something, or rather, that is one way to do it. The most common is customer and account, being that anything the customer sells would pay out 50% to this, or anything sold from to that customer would pay out 50% to that agency, or anything this account has is also paid out. So for example, in this case, we'll do something a little broad and we'll go customer, and we'll do First International Bank as an example. So what this just did is that it took every item that First International Bank has come in, either by import, transfer, whatever have you, and it will pay out 123 agency 50% of the gross commission. So if we want to say that's a little too broad, we don't want to pay that agency on everything First International Bank sells, we can go and add another include. In this case, we can just do, say, by supplier. Now we can choose ACC Business as an example. Now we have two includes in here from two different categories. What this means is that the categories stack on top of each other. So we're first looking for First International Bank, and we're then looking for ACC Business. So we're looking for any items that are sold under First International Bank and from ACC Business. So if it fits under both of those categories, then it will pay out 50% to the 123 agency. Otherwise, it will not. So as you can guess, if we add a lot of categories, the referral gets really pinpoint and might not be covering what you're looking for. The easiest way to do referrals, if I just remove these includes, is to do it by large amount of account numbers. Now we can select account multiple, hit next and choose a supplier, AT&T for example, and just type in and separate them by the enter key, a bunch of account numbers. Now these account numbers have to exist in RPM, but you can just continuously add an account number by supplier, and doing it by the account level makes sure that you're not getting any unwanted items in your referrals. But if we hit next here, we probably get an error because I just made those accounts up. Hit finish. And yeah, there's no includes. So we'll finish off by re-adding our First International Bank include. And that is mostly it for our referrals, or our includes for referrals. Then we move on to excludes, which are sometimes used. So excludes kind of speed up setting up a referral. Say we want to do First International Bank, but we want to do it on every supplier except for one. What we can do instead of adding a bunch of supplier includes is just add one exclude and say, hey, I wanted to take every item from this customer except for items under this supplier, Acme Hosting, for example. Now, in most cases, a customer doesn't bill under multiple suppliers, but maybe First International Bank does, and we just want to exclude this one supplier from the multiples of includes. So after that, we can go back to our latest run and hit calculate, and then come back into this referral page and view the items. This lets us see everything, or every commission item that this referral affects. And then from there, you can just make sure that this referral is looking at the right place. If anything's missing, or if there's too many items in there, you can adjust your includes and excludes. And if you ever need any help with that, you can always just shoot support an email at support@rpmtelco.com, or rewatch this video, or just play around with it on your own, as referrals do take a bit of practice. And that is it.